Hello, welcome to Open Your Arteries with your host, Cheyenne Mojica.
Demonstrate some special effects makeup. Want to learn something? Stay tuned because we're about to open your arteries. Alright, so today I have my ingredients laid out on the table. I have things that you can get at any dollar store. I got these at Dollar General. So I've got some Vaseline, I've got some light corn syrup, some cornstarch, some chocolate syrup, off-brand, name brand, does not matter because we're not in it for the taste. I've got some cream makeup I got from the Halloween store, some red food coloring, some various makeup items so that we can match our skin tone, and then my various tools like disposable cups, disposable tools, stuff like this. Just whatever you have around works. Alright, so first we're going to get out a cup and some Vaseline. So Vaseline's a little sticky, so it may get on your hands, so you're going to want to keep a napkin nearby. I've got some right down here. And first we're going to get a big chunk of this Vaseline and just put it in there. And this first part is what I'm making is going to be like the skin, so it's a fake skin that goes over your skin. Later on we're going to move on to making the blood. So for the skin, we've got just some Vaseline and some cornstarch. So we just put in some cornstarch to thicken it. It takes quite a bit of cornstarch, and you can keep adding it. Or if it gets too thick, you would just add some more Vaseline. I'm just going to do that. All right, there we go. And you just want to mix that up. Mix up all cornstarch in with that Vaseline until you get a very thick paste. Sometimes, if you're willing to get your hands really sticky and really messy, if you've got a sink nearby, you're going to want to get your fingers in there and really work with it, like on a nice, clean, flat surface. Today, I'm just doing a small amount in this cup. Next, we're going to take some of our powder. You can use liquid foundation or powder foundation, whichever you prefer. And I'm going to get out some more of these. And just use this, just like pharmacists do when they're measuring out for compounding. Just take out some of that to try and get a little bit of that color. I have a lighter skin tone, so if you have a darker skin tone, you would probably use a darker powder. And because this is just a lighter powder and it's maybe a little too light or not quite the right shade, I like to put in a little bit of contour. I used really cheap stuff for this, so I'm not afraid to destroy it. So I just scratch a little bit of that and dump it right in there. It does not take much at all, or it might take a bunch depending on your skin color. So you just want to mix that all up in there. And you get it real nice and thick in there. All right, and we're going to go ahead and move on to our blood. So for the blood, sometimes you can use cornstarch to thicken it, but you don't have to use the cornstarch at all for this part. We're going to start out with some syrup, some light corn syrup, and just eye it however much you want on there. I've got quite a bit in there. And for this, you just kind of eye it based on how thick you want it, how dark you want it. There's really no measurements here. Just like a true cook. True chef. Not really true chef, it's more like at home cooking when you don't care. Alright, and we just mix in that chocolate syrup with the light corn syrup. Because the chocolate syrup isn't quite the right consistency, we're adding the corn syrup to make it a sort of creamier, stickier substance. And also makes it really dark. And to get that redness to it, you take some of your red food coloring, got from the dollar store in those big packs, and you just squeeze a bunch in there. And you just mix it in there until you have that deep red bloody gooiness that you need. Sometimes if you need it thicker or if you want clotting, that's when you'll add some of the cornstarch if you want some clots in there. But I'm just going to keep it this thick gooiness because that's what's going to work for me today. All right, and after this break, we're going to start applying it to the skin on my arm, and you're going to watch it ooze. All right, and on to the break. We'll be right back.
Do you wish you could have nicely folded towels but cannot seem to figure out how to fold them? Then try out the top-notch Towel Master. You simply put in your dirty towels and it washes, dries, and then folds your towels. Ta-da! It is now a beautiful clean towel. It is also folded into an animal from the preset feature, making laundry easy, the top-notch Towel Master.
All right, so because it's going to get a little messy, I'm just going to use some paper here because it's disposable. Going to lay it out here under my arm because this may get just a little bit messy. All right, and so we've got our fake skin here. Now this is all very low quality, it's very cheap. You can probably make it better quality if you have some powder makeup, maybe some greens and blues to add some bruising. But this is for your low budget at-home horror movie, or if you just want some neat pictures, or really whatever you want, even Halloween. If you're okay with this stickiness on you, you might want to spray some hairspray or some makeup finishing spray to keep it on there all evening. But today I'm just gonna smear it on there. So what you're gonna want to do is just over the entire area that you want to cut, just put a nice thick layer and then sort of flatten out the edges a bit. And just you might want to use your finger, or I like to use this tool because it flattens it out, smooths it out a bit more. So you want to get those edges as smooth as you can. You might want to put some powder around there or some liquid foundation. As you can see, it looks quite close to my skin tone. I could probably make it a little bit closer along with some more products. It all depends on how close you want to get or how much time you want to spend on it. Alright, so that right there, that is my arm with all the fake skin on there. See, from a distance, depending on your quality of phone, you might barely be able to tell it's there. So next we're going to cut it. Ready? Got a blade right here. So we're just going to pick any spot you like and slice. So you've got that slice there, and you might want to smooth over those edges a bit. Sometimes they can be a little bit too jagged where they don't look real. Alright. See that cut there? Alright, so next we're going to get some of this black cream makeup and get just a little dot of it. It doesn't take much because what we're going to do is we're going to put it on the inside of the cut. We're just going to line that inside there with some of this black stuff. It may look a little dark or not exactly natural, but we're just setting a base for the blood. Just make it a little better for the blood to show up, make it look nice and creepy. You want to put some other colors in there, maybe some green in there if you want it to look infected. I'm just doing it real quick with some easy black. Okay. And I dropped my lid. Okay, that is a-okay. Okay, and last of all, last but not least, it's time for the blood. Alright, so you want to take your blood and you just start on that line there. And you just sort of let it ooze. And however much blood you want, you just let it ooze right there. You don't want to have a different consistency. Mine's a little on the brown side, so if you want to add some more red, you can. If you want to make it a little thinner, to add some more corn syrup. We're just going to make it real bloody. So then it looks like I sliced my arm open right there. A little bit more to this edge here. Alright, and those are my arteries, all open. Yep. Alright, so for a review movie, use it. See ya.